Hello, my name is Jessica Puglisi, and I work in the Career and Professional Development Office here at UAlbany. And in today's video, I will be talking about Handshake. So you might be asking, what's Handshake? It is the platform for UAlbany students to get connected to employers. And the best way to showcase Handshake is by demonstrating it. So I will share my screen and we will go through the components that make up Handshake. All students, if they're accepted, enrolled, and registered for classes, will receive a Handshake account. They can get into it through single sign-on using their net ID and password. Once they're in, they'll be asked a series of questions to help curate this experience based on their answers to their interests, industries they want, roles they might be interested in, such. On the top right-hand corner will be their initials and their profile. So they can update information on their profile at any time, include a picture, and cue that they want their profile open to employers. This is also where they can upload documents like their resume and cover letter, which make it easier if they want to apply internally for a position. Now I'll move over onto the left-hand side to look at jobs, events, employers, and the inbox. Students have the opportunity to search for all kinds of things, including part-time jobs, on-campus jobs, and internships. For today, I will showcase how a student may go about looking for a remote internship. This is a good place to start, but as you may be able to see, this creates over 1,000 results, which is a lot. So students are encouraged to make this a little bit more narrow by understanding the roles they might be interested in and the semester or timeline in which they want to work. So for example, students may enter software development and they might be targeting the summer. When you do that, you get 86 results, much more manageable. So if a student looks over this opportunity that comes up, they'll see the application deadline, when the position goes until timeline-wise, the pay, and the fact that it's remote. If a student reviews this opportunity and feels like they're a good fit, they can always come back and apply later by clicking this bookmark. This saves that position and it goes into the saved folder, so it's easy to come back to and remember and track. On the events page is where career fairs, panels, information sessions are all housed. Many times employers will host their own events, and those can be virtual, in person, and then a lot of times they'll happen after hours. So it's convenient for students to attend. And we always encourage students to attend, particularly if they want to grow their network or potentially have a referral for when they go to apply, because this shows demonstrated interest. If students have employers that they are particularly interested in, say for example, American Express, students are able to follow those specific employers, and then Handshake acts as a personal assistant. So when American Express posts a new job or they're hosting a new event, students will get notified. The other cool thing is you can see previous interns' experiences under the review tab. So you get a real good sense of the things they worked on and the things they liked about their experience. If a student is asked for an interview, this interview tab is a really good place to go to do some prep, because students who have previous experience at that company will talk about the process and maybe give you a question that was asked during the interview process so that you can research and prepare. Lastly, in the inbox, this is where employers can go to message students directly. Our employer relations department does a really good job of vetting employers based on contact information to make sure that things are above board. So typically, if an employer is emailing you within Handshake, it is usually a legitimate opportunity. We always recommend students come to us, though, if they feel like something doesn't feel right about the communication or the position. Maybe it feels like a scam or you're not quite sure. You can always come to our office and we're happy to help you walk through that. But for the most part, check the inbox because that could be an opportunity right at your doorstep that you may want to follow up on. So that's Handshake in a nutshell. As you can see, it's a great link to employers and potential opportunities. And so we encourage students to fill out their profile, get on Handshake often. And if they need help with the navigation process, we actually have an appointment type to go over Handshake with a career advisor. So students are always welcome to do that. But if they have any questions, always contact us. You can email, call, or drop by our office in the Science Library G50. And always contact us if you have any questions. We're here to help. Have a great day.